really are, what they really feel, what they really want to do with their lives, they've got a mask. And it's a mask that says, this is not really me, but this is what I think is acceptable to everyone else, so I can occupy the hassle-free zone. And for me anyway, it's that war in the psyche between that part of us that I call I am me, I am free, that wants to flow with our uniqueness. The war between that and the part of our psyche I call oh my God, which is at the heart of emotional, mental, and therefore physical dis-ease in the world. And what it's also created is a mass schizophrenia. Because not only are we slaves to impose thought and behavior as a human race, we're also the police force of all the other slaves. Hilarious, really. When you're on the edge of the hassle-free zone and you are thinking, if I go any further in what I say and do, even though I think it's right, I'm going to meet hassle for being different. You're not standing there thinking, if I do go any further, what will Bill Clinton think of me? What about the Prime Minister of Britain? What will he say? And the Governor of the Bank of England? We're not saying that. What we're saying at that point, shall I, shan't I express my uniqueness and evacuate the hassle-free zone, we're saying, what will me mother think? What about the neighbours? Oh, what about the blokes down the pub? Oh my God. In other words, what will the other slaves to impose thought and behaviour think about me escaping from it? We police each other. It's like having a cell full of prisoners, and once one of the prisoners finds a means of escape, it's all the other prisoners that run to block the exit. We are both the slaves, the prisoners to this imposition, and the police force of it, because everyone seems to be trying to tell everyone else what is right and wrong, what is moral and immoral, what's right for them, what they should do, what they must do, what they ought to do. And as a result of that, we're actually manipulating each other without realizing it. And within this hassle-free zone, tremendous manipulation and indoctrination goes on. This hassle-free zone you could describe as the public arena. And if you look at the media, what is the media? The media is the collective police force of the hassle-free zone for anyone who steps out of it in public. People think, you know, when you say the media is controlled and the media is part of this manipulation, that you must therefore be saying that there is a manipulator in every newsroom all over the world standing behind journalists saying, no, no, can't write that, you changed that, this is what I'm telling you, you write that, okay, that's fine. You don't need all that. Once the structure, the mindset is there, then the media just does it without manipulation, although there are key people like media owners and stuff that are certainly kind of involved in what I'm going to talk about tonight. But in general, what does the media do? It defends and uses as its point of reference from which it judges everyone and everything the norm in society. In other words, what the hassle-free zone says is reality. Example, a few centuries ago, if we'd have had today's media, they would have dismissed as mad or condemned as bad anyone who said the earth was a sphere, was round, because the hassle-free zone's version of reality at that time was that it was flat. Once that reality flipped through weight of evidence and the hassle-free zone norm became the earth is actually a sphere, suddenly anyone who said the earth was flat was now off their rocker. So anyone, at any time, in the public eye, who says or acts in ways that are outside of society's norm at that time is immediately jumped on by the media as mad or bad, because their reference point for sanity and reality is whatever the norm is. And there are several key mind manipulation techniques which are very, very powerful propaganda tools. The most effective and the most powerful, and it's used on us all the time, is something I call problem, reaction, solution. It's a cracker, this one. It's a mind manipulation technique that avoids not only opposition to what is the goal of the manipulators, it actually manipulates people to demand they do what they want to do anyway. And it's happening all the time. Once you see this technique and how it works, you watch the news and read the newspapers in a completely different light, because you start to see it happening. It works like this. You start by secretly creating a problem in the world and making sure someone else is blamed for it in the public arena, in the public mind. It could be a run on a currency, it could be a government collapse. At its most extreme, it could be a war, because the 2 world wars in this century were funded, all sides were funded by the same people. Provable. The same people that funded the Allies in the Second World War and funded the Soviet Union also funded Hitler through loans